Hey, what's up,
Hey,
fam? What's going
everybody.
on?
Welcome back to Better Together with
Dennis.
and Lonnie C. We are so happy to have you here with us, tuning in with us on our podcast. You excited to be here, love?
Yes, trying to get some stuff together, y'all. Some
Yeah,
stuff
I know. We were
together.
having some technical difficulties and we
Yes, yes.
worked as a team. Of course, we're better together. So there we go. So
More like I say, what you call it? You call it
what?
human error, so to speak.
Oh,
99.9.
humor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to
dealing with
get me.
technology,
Yeah, trying to get
sometimes it can
technology.
work for you, and it's just overriding it. So
Yes,
we're
it can.
here. You don't want to hear about all of that.
Yes.
We're here
We're here.
to deep dive into our discussion today. But before we get started, we like to talk about what dates we've been on and everything. I'm gonna see if he can remember. See if he can think on a date.
I know we went on something today with me and
Yeah.
with me and a daughter today.
Right, but we did something earlier this week. You just got back from out of town.
Yeah, we went to a Mexican spot.
A new Mexican
And
spot.
it was really good. I know my brother gonna get on me because I was saying Mexican.
We'll say it right. How are we supposed to say it?
Mexican, something Mexican. Yeah,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. It was authentic.
So my boy Alex out there.
Yes,
But,
yes.
But yeah, so yeah, we went to a Mexican restaurant. I love my street tacos. It was good. It was all yummy and all those kind of things.
I enjoyed the conversation more.
Yeah. I was gonna get put me on the spot.
I know.
Put me on the spot. Yeah.
I'm the best with you.
I know.
No, I did like to enjoy the food, but the conversation was good because you were out of town for a few days, and I was like, I miss my boo.
Yeah, we're back to the D.
Yes, to the
Detroit. What
yes.
up, though? What up, though?
Those that are from the D know what that means.
You know what that means. What up, though?
Yes.
And I went up there to see my frat and my LBs, man, my best friends, and we had a good old time up there.
Yes.
And flew in Friday, flew out on Sunday.
There you go. In and out.
In and out. Yep, it was a good trip. It was a good trip.
I'm glad that you were able to take advantage of that and see your friends, from years ago. Yes. When you're still friends, your line brothers and everything. But
yes.
But yeah. Well, we're excited about today because we're kicking off a new series.
Yep.
Yes. What is it?
It's the Committed series, and me and my wife felt we really feel as though that you in marriage you hear us talk about being committed, being married, but it's a commitment that brought us together, and it should keep you together. And we don't talk about love as a decision, not just a feeling.
Yeah, getting off of those feelings.
Get off of those feelings. Because if you went by feelings about how you in marriage, you would be, we'd be divorced right now. Yeah. But we made a decision to not only keep God first, but also to love each other unconditionally. Yeah. And so that unconditional thing, man, that thing gets warped sometimes. Wow, she don't always like me, and I don't always like her, but I love her. Yeah, we love each other. Mm-hmm. And so when you have God is in the forefront of your love, of the forefront of who your vision and how you look at love, your relationships, that makes it that much better. And so when the ship gets rocked, we know who to go to. That's the rock. Yes. And we just made a decision. Look, ride or die. We are in this to win this. Yeah. And so we just our love muscles are constantly being developed and growing. And
it's after I'm sorry, I don't want to cut over.
No, it's just I will tell you that I truly and truly enjoy my wife. I don't want another woman. I don't want, and I don't even say I want a younger model. My wife fine.
Thank you, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? My wife fine. Give me a kiss.
You can have a little lipstick.
That's okay. I take it. But my wife fine, and so I don't want a younger model. I don't want another model. And I'm not just saying it because we're on the podcast. Look, my wife know how much I love her. Yeah, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. Mm-hmm. But the things that I do for my household, I do it in the name of Jesus. I do it as the Father does the Son, how Jesus does it for the church. And biblically, I have a biblical responsibility to take care of my house, but I'm also here to love my wife and my children. Mm-hmm. And so it's a decision of love, because if you make love just a feeling, then it's going to dissipate. It's going to go away, because you're going to, what gets me when people say they get divorced because of irreconcilable differences, And I'm not telling you that you should stay in marriage if you're getting beat over the head and you get mentally abused and all that stuff. See, this is the thing. You shouldn't just stay in the marriage if a person cheats on you. I mean, you leave a marriage because a person cheats on you. That's a given. Somebody's, but I've seen marriages survive affairs too. But if somebody's mentally and physically and they're abusing you and you, I mean, about is affecting your health, then you need to let that go because that's not God's plan. For your marriage, that's not his plan. His plan is for you to have stability. And I know one thing about women. Women want stability. They want security. And it's not just, it's spiritual, but they want financial and they want emotional. We're gonna get into that on the next podcast. But we made a decision, and a decision has to be made for you to love, to make a decision to love that person and not just by feeling. And so you got something to say?
Yeah, I have something to say. Just to tag on what you said.
Absolutely.
When you said decision, because I was going to talk about committed. I was going to look up the definition for that, but it was something about when you kept saying decision. It's something about when we make a decision. And I was looking at the definition: it's resolution, conclusion. Commitment is actually a decision. Determination, a choice, an option, a selection. And looking at that, I believe strongly that if we come in first, it does help to have a great foundation of having a decision that you've accepted the Lord as your personal Lord and Savior. I think that starting with that decision first, and then saying once you even, that made it easier. That makes it a lot easier. I'm not saying that you're not going to have difficult times. And then that leads into having a decision to say, look, I'm going to fight for my marriage. I'm going to work at my marriage.
Right.
We've been married over 20 years. And I think we do have something to say about that, about weathering the storm and making a decision. Now, just because you make a decision does not mean you're not going to deal with the high winds and the valleys and things that try to rattle your marriage and your relationship. You have to physically, like spiritually, I'll say spiritually, you are at battle.
Yep.
And it's with that decision. The minute you say, I do, you have to get ready to do some work. Like you need to be ready to do some spiritual work. And the spiritual also leads to that decision. A spiritual decision leads to also a physical decision of doing. It's an action. You're going to follow it with an action, not just I do, but what are you going to do? Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So you have to be intentional about it over the years.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes. You have to be intentional about it because I always talk about this. The wedding day is beautiful, the bride, the groom, the flowers, all of that. But when you get in there and you have to deal with two different personalities, you were raised differently, and you're putting that all up under one house. And I mean, you can love each other like nobody's business. Y'all could even have grown up on the same block, went to the same school, but you were not raised by the same parents. You didn't have the same situations. All these different things which shaped and molded you. So now you're making this decision. I'm declaring it to the whole world that I love this person. I'm going to stay the distance. But to be all honest, you got to stick with that. And you got to work that baby. You got to work. And I'm like, I don't want nobody out there thinking, you may see us or see another married couple. Oh my goodness, I model myself after them. But where they're at, they had to fight. And the enemy is not happy and pleased when he sees two baptized in the blood of the Lamb believers that get together and it cause unity. He's trying to constantly break at that fabric constantly. I mean, I know I want you to tag in, but and I don't know if I'm quite sure you agree with that. He's constantly trying to find a little hair crack.
And I like the wife said, that marriage day and love at first sight. One person want to have legal sex, they don't touch each other before they get married, or they have this fantasy that marriage is going to be something that's going to help and fix them. actually marriage exposes you.
Oh yeah.
It exposes your weaknesses because you're releasing or you're being vulnerable to a whole nother person.
Yeah.
I'm being vulnerable to my so you're being I'm being vulnerable to my wife, authentic, real, and it's uncomfortable to be authentic and real and vulnerable at times. I mean, to be honest, like we had two different backgrounds, but you got to make sure, you got to know that you want to be married to somebody because you're giving up of yourself.
Yeah.
For the betterment of somebody else. You're here to serve this person. If you are a selfish person, you should not get married right now.
Say that again. Babe.
If you are selfish, you should not get married because the thing is, I sacrifice a lot for my family. I love my wife and I sacrifice a lot because the mindset that I have is going to come back to me anyway. But it's sometimes I have to say, not this time, and I got to do it so they could be taken care of. They could be lifted up. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta realize if you think about getting married and you're still selfish, your marriage will not last long. It's gonna be tough because you can't be in it for you. You gotta be in it. You gotta be in it for that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be in it for that person. So you got to, and my wife said something very key is that the enemy will attack your marriage. He will attack your union and he'll bring any kind of anything. I mean, for instance, me and my wife, we come from two different backgrounds.
Yeah.
I was raised on the east side of Detroit in the hood. Had a kind of like I had a rough childhood. My mother did. My mom and dad did the best they could for me and my brother. But at the same time, it was tough. It was tough. But by God's grace, we were able to make it and we were able to get out. But that's still. I mean, my household was broken. My wife came from a household that had a mother, father growing up. Her parents, of course, divorced later on. Mine divorced when I was 14, 15 years old. The divorce became final in when I turned 18, I think 92. But then my wife, hers happened when she was older,
right?
And so
had a different effect.
Had a different effect. So it had more an effect on me seeing it as a teenager as opposed to on her when she was in her 20s and 30s. And so you got you got these households coming together: Christian household, non-Christian household. I got saved and I went to college. My wife was raised in the church, singing all her life, and so those are two worlds coming together on top of being a man and a woman. Right. She's a woman, I'm a man. And we coming together, two different mindsets, two different ways we look at things, two different vantage points. See, the thing is, and what causes issues is that when I'm not willing to accept what you bring to the table. And she's not willing to accept what I bring to the table, and it's a compliment, not a competition.
Yeah, that's good.
And so when you're in a situation where you like, I accept her for who she is, and she accepts me for who I am, then what happens is we can take it from there and we can grow from there. I'm not the same person she was. I'm not the same person I was when I was 27. We married when we were 27. I met my wife when I was 20, and she was 19. But we didn't get together and just decide to get married. Years later, we were friends in college. Right. Got together, dated, then got married at 27. And so my thoughts and the way I view things are totally different than when I was 27 years old. Her view and differences are she's different now. She's not a mother. She's a woman. She's grown up into a woman. She's a 50-year-old woman. My wife's not the same her age, y'all. We're both 50. I could say 50.
We already talked. Anybody that watch our podcast or listen, they know we turned 50 this year.
So y'all women, just calm down. My wife don't care about Sarah's age.
I'm okay with it.
She's very secure who she is.
I'm okay with it. I am blessed and thankful that I turned 50. It's a blessing. 74. You know. Yes.
Yep. So that's the thing. So if you're dating somebody and they can't accept you for who you are, then that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Because you want somebody to accept you in your high points and your low points. And I've had a lot of low points. And my wife has been there for me. I've been there for her. Some low points. Man, heck, I seen babies come out of my wife. You know what I'm saying? But I love her more now than I did when I first met her. She's a beautiful woman, and I love her inside out. And I don't want another woman. I think she's she's the finest woman on this planet. And I'm not just saying that because she sits next to me. I brag on my wife all the time.
You do.
I brag on my wife all the time. I got pictures of my desk of my wife and everything. And she's irreplaceable. Nobody can replace Lanika Crawford.
Oh, he ain't told my government name. Lord have mercy.
So I said your whole name, didn't I? So nobody can replace Lonnie C. And so I believe that she's my soulmate, and she's a part of me, and we're gonna be together to the glory of God.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is it took we out the gate, we were good. Our first year we had fun. We were blessed, but we hit some rough patches, man. We hit some rough patches.
Yeah.
And we had some rough patches, especially when we start raising kids and dealing with children, how you raising them, you dealing with family members and things of that nature. But we made a decision to love each other in spite
unconditionally,
of unconditional. But I want to play this video. Can I play this video right quick? Play the video right quick. I'm gonna share my screen, y'all. I'm gonna play this video, and we're gonna talk about this in a little bit more in depth. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna go here. I think that's it right there. And we're gonna play this video for y'all. Just hold on 1 second for me. Let's go. Let's do it.
Love is a choice. You choose to love. Make a note of this, please. Very important. Love is an act of the will. That should be love. Love is what? An act of the will. Say it with me. Love is an act of the will. I beg you to please write that down. Because we keep thinking that love is some emotional concoction deep in the soul. Love is an act of the will. You can decide to love your enemy. If you don't believe me, ask Jesus. He said, love your enemy. And he made a command. You obey a man command out of a will. Love those who hate you, he says. Love those who despitefully use you. Love those who persecute you. How can you do that? It has to be a decision. That's the kind of love you need for marriage. Because the person you marry will be an enemy twice a week. Maybe twice a day. People will do things in your life that hurt your expectations.
Yeah.
But you got to decide. I still love you.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that was powerful.
Very powerful.
Love is the will of. You said it's a decision, though. Love is, what did it say at the first part?
It says love is an act of the will.
Act of the will.
Love is an act of the will. It's an act of the will. So guess what? When I love her, it's action that's willfully given. So when I love my wife, it's a I'm giving. You're giving yourself to your spouse. You're serving your spouse, because, like you said, sometimes the very person that you're living with is your enemy.
Yeah.
How many of us got mad at your spouse and like, I don't want to talk to her today.
I can't go a whole. I can go for a little bit, but I can't go a whole.
We don't flow like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Just, I mean, I'm not trying to. We're not perfect, but one of us is gonna crack a joke.
Yeah.
Do a funky dance. Do something to change the whole thing. In fact, over our bed, it says, "Kiss me before we go tonight." We're not going to bed angry with each other. That's one of the things. It's like it's not work. Not saying now there have been sometimes we've had some intense fellowships and go to bed heated, but we will lay in that bed until we settle it, until the morning, until it gets settled. And that's the decision that we had to make, is that life is too short, and I'm not about to sit up. And I love this man, and I'm not going to sit up here we're battling back and forth with over something that's so mundane. It's like, let's talk it out. Because most times it's miscommunication. When it always comes down, it's somewhere where we miscommunicate, or I thought you said this, and it's usually that. And then once we hash it out, we're done. We're done with it.
Yeah, and that's truth, because I can't sit back and say that I sat back and walked and was irritated to mad at my wife so much that I stopped speaking to her.
Right.
We I could say maybe the first year I'm married, maybe one day, but overall, like my wife said, we're joke, laugh.
Somebody gonna crack a joke or something and lighten the mood.
And I'm about to give my wife why I'm gonna give her flowers while she's still here. My wife is the most considerate, joyful woman I know. And the thing is, she's excellent at setting the tone in the house. She makes the house. And I know, I'm just gonna say this. When I see different young ladies out here in the world, and I see them out here, and I'm not talking about anybody when I say this in particular, but when I see when I think about my wife, I'm like, I thank God I'm not dating right now. I thank God that God gave me what He felt I needed in my wife. And you can find out, and God gonna give you what you need too in your future mate. Just get with somebody that has your back, man.
Yeah.
My wife
is a single plug to a single.
As I say, just you need to get with somebody who has your back, but they know God first.
Yeah.
They keep God first, but they also have your back, and they are willing to serve you. Me and my wife, we decided we were dating that we're gonna outserve each other.
We did. We said we were gonna I'll love each other. I'll love each other. I'll serve each other. Yep. That started with a decision.
That was a decision.
It was a decision. And now we're like 20 plus years in marriage, and we're still doing that. And it's like I said, it started with a decision. Look, I'm telling you, there's nothing special about us. I'm being honest with you. Only things that we are God kids, we God's kids. That's it. That's what make us special. No different than you. You could do the same thing, but it's all God. It's just a decision that we made. It's like, I'm gonna outdo you. So if he does something for me, I'm already like, thank you, babe. Thank you for getting this. But already the wheels are turning like, how can I be a blessing to him?
Yep.
How can I outdo this? Because he already got me and I'm gonna get him. But it's trying to outdo each other. It's a tip for tap in trying to bless each other. Not a tip for tap trying to hurt or harm each other, but trying to bless each other. And that makes it so much more fun when you're trying to bless your spouse. Yep. I will honestly say that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And we're still doing it. I want to be doing this when we're married for 50 years, 60 years, still doing that, trying to outdo each other and love each other. But it started, you're so right. It started with a decision when we were dating. Like, well, I'm gonna outdo you. I'm gonna outdo you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's all stemming from a decision. And also it's based in love. It's based in love, and you're trying to actually, what we're going to talk about in the next podcast, which comes from a book that we're reading right now. If you don't have it, big shout out to His Needs, Her Needs,
good book. Great
Willard
book.
F. Hartley Jr.
Yep,
we're reading that right now, and it talks about love banks and how you deposit and withdraw from your love banks and emotional needs and stuff like that. Yep. I'm not going to fast forward because that's for our next episodes to come. We're going to really deep dive into this book. Yep. This is an amazing book. If you're looking to get married or you are married, we highly recommend that you do this. It has a great questionnaire at the back that you can do. I kind of can figure out what your top. It's 10 emotional needs that you have, and you look at the top 5, and that's what I'm going to constantly keep trying to fill for you, those emotional needs, and making sure that I support those.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I did mine. So we're going to talk about, even with us, we talking about. I already know a couple of them. I already know the top ones.
Yeah, buddy. But before we close and
you gotta do
let me do the scriptures right here.
Okay.
This is a scripture. These are scriptures that you hear about, you see at wedding and things of nature. But this is something that me and my wife try to live our marriage, based on. I'm sorry, that's a good word. Based on marriage on. So I'm gonna put the scripture up here.
Okay. Love is patient.
1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. And it talks about love being patient. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude.
Yeah.
It does not demand its own way. So you talked about not being selfish. It's not irritable. I
know sometimes.
I know I can be irritable. But this is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent and persistent.
Definitely.
And thank God for His grace. He give us room. He give us room to make mistakes and to be human. But also look at what it said. It said keeps no record of being wrong. How many times have you been in situations where a person bring up something from your past, and my wife, my wife is not that kind of person where she takes something and whoop, hits you over the head with it and say, remember you did it. She's one of the most gracious people I know. I had to really grow to really get to this area where I'm not irritable. Sometimes I can be irritable.
I can be irritable.
You can be irritable too. Not like me. So
it's no levels to the irritable. We just let it go. Let
it go. I appreciate
let it go.
That. I appreciate that.
Look at my shirt, what it's saying right here. I gotta show real quick. So fitting for today. Blessed by God and spoiled by my husband.
Absolutely, baby. Absolutely.
I thought about it. I'm like, it's so fitting for today. Like,
absolutely. And I'm gonna read the next one.
Okay.
And then it says, it does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, loses faith, is always hopeful, endures through every situation. You notice it says love never gives up.
Never gives
That's
up.
why when you make a decision, you're gonna say, you know what? We ended to win it. It said until something went out. I'm not looking to see her fail. I'm not trying to say, you know what, all women this and all. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about my wife I love. My wife don't get caught up in feminism. All that feminism mindset, feeling like, controlling man and using sex as a weapon, manipulation. And then with me, I don't be playing with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to control her and pimp her and all that. We are here to serve her. I'm here to serve her, here to serve each other as unto the Lord, like the Bible says in Ephesians 5:21. It says, submit one to another as on the fear of the Lord. So we are here as a team. She ain't hiding nothing from her. She ain't hiding nothing from me. We are very authentic, and I'm just telling you as a tip, if you're looking to get married, if you're looking to get married, you are engaged, or you may be dating somebody that you see as a prospect, that y'all growing in your relationship. Remember that love is a decision. Make a decision to love that person no matter what. Love that person if you see it with makeup or without makeup.
Come on now.
Love that person.
Natural.
Love that person when you see him in hair or you see him with bald. I had hair.
He had a whole high top. What was it? Kid and play?
Yeah, I had high top. I had brush waves. But see,
now you ain't got no waves.
I got no waves.
But they mouth.
Yeah. So I got a bald head. So we look different. My wife didn't have 3 babies. She looks fine as ever. But your body changes. Your hormone changes. Your hormone changes. All that stuff. Women body changes. Men's body changes. And but you
can't base it off of that.
It can't be superficial. If you can't be basic. And you gotta invest into your marriage. You have to invest into it. You can't be so busy going after the dollar that you forget what you have here with your wife. Because I'm telling you, your kids would rather have you there, or your wife and kids would rather have you at home rather than you whether you going and going after money, chasing riches and wealth.
Yeah.
And you say, you know what, it's in the name of my family, but then you chasing all of that, but you're not taking care of this.
Yeah.
True. And so you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it gets. And we can give you every scenario.
Yes.
No matter how hard it gets, you make a decision to love, stay married, and grow together. I ain't going nowhere.
Go to me neither.
If my wife goes somewhere, I'm going.
We going together.
We going together.
It was like, where you going? You pack me some clothes because I'm going with you.
But we don't need to make it. We don't need to make divorce an option.
No, that's a decision.
It's a decision.
Put divorce on the table.
We don't put divorce on the table because we in it to win it.
And when you throw those words around, it just makes it very dangerous.
Yes,
when you're throwing around, I'm just gonna get a divorce. You start throwing that stuff around, and your words are powerful. So we have to watch what we say.
Yep.
It matters.
Yep. Yeah. Amen. So that's good.
That's good, babe. Did you want to run the thing real quick?
Oh yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
come right back.
What I'm gonna do? We're gonna break to a commercial. We're gonna be right back with you. Okay. Hello, my name is Dennis Crawford. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Dennis.
And I'm Lonnie Crawford.
We are the founders of Better Together Marriage Coaching. We've been married for 21 blessed years, 21, and got 3 blessed kids.
Yes, we do.
We're out here to explain and talk about our new book, Kingdom Homes.
Kingdom Homes, we recently released it. It's entitled, of course, Kingdom Homes, Developing a Marriage that Glorifies God. Mm-hmm. It is jam-packed with great tips, awesome memories, and some phenomenal takeaways.
Right.
Give it to me, babe.
The takeaways in the book are Kingdom Keys at the end of each chapter.
Yes.
And it captures what that chapter was about, as well as discussion questions where you can talk about it in a small group, talk about it with you and your spouse, or just talk about it amongst friends so you can form relationships and establish relationships foundational values in the Word.
I love that, babes. This is the book to go and get. So grab your copy today. We call you to action. Grab your copy today at Amazon.com. Tell your neighbors, tell the community, tell the church. Hey, this is the book, Kingdom Homes, Developing a Marriage that what?
Glorifies God.
Yes.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Hey, fam, sorry about that little blip.
Oh, what? Nobody even recognized the blip.
Yeah, so so sorry about that little blip. So we're gonna put that commercial, but yeah, make sure you get our book Kingdom Homes. It's on Amazon. And you'll love the book because we talk about not only raising kingdom children, but having a kingdom marriage. But we also talk about how we met.
Yeah,
in the book, how we met. Very, very simple read, and it will bless your marriage. It will bless not only your marriage, it will bless your family, but it also bless your small. You put in a small group and do a curriculum from it. And so because we are in the business of building kingdom marriages for God.
Definitely.
And so what you see right here, boy, is not fake. What you see right here is not fake. Yeah. It's all real. It's all authentic, real, and transparent. And we just want to make sure that you can get the book on Amazon, or if you want an autographed copy from us, you can email us at bettertogether@gmail.com. So better TWO2 gather at gmail.com. You can email us and we'll send you and let us know we'll let you know what kind of payment method we have for you, and then we will send you an autographed copy from us so you can get that book in your hands. Okay.
Definitely. And speaking of that, of emailing us, doing little housekeeping things, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Yes. If it's been a blessing to you, get it out to as many people as possible. We would love for you to do that. I don't think we have it listed where you can pop it up on there, so don't worry about it, babe.
You can like and subscribe to this podcast, but you also can. It's links in the description where we're also on Apple, as well as iHeartRadio, as well as Audible Book, as well as Spotify. So we put those links down there mainly for Apple, Spotify, and what I just say, iHeartRadio. We put those links down there. You can listen to it in your ear, or you can look at it right here and be blessed on your screen with your family, with your boo.
With your boo. Also, if you'd like to be a blessing to our ministry here at Better Together with Dennis and Lonnie C, you can also, we have a Patreon link that is also will be in our description box. If you want to sow, we take things that jingle, we take things that fold, whichever one, and we're going to use it for some capacity in the ministry here with what we're doing. God has us moving into various things through either books or music or literature and a podcast, different things. We are prepping right now. Stay tuned for our upcoming marriage retreat in 2025. You don't want to miss that. We'll have a link or a description of if you want to get on the waiting list, because we definitely want to make sure we get as many couples in. We plan to have a great time. This will be our first marriage retreat, so we're looking forward. It's our R4. It's our pillars that we have, which you may see: reignite, reconnect, refresh, and realign your marriage. And we want to be able to make sure that all marriages are on all cylinders and being able to be kingdom marriages in which they were set to be, and making sure that they are approved, all of these things, that you can make sure that all these different things are set in stone, but making sure that couples are being connected with each other. That's what we want to do. Thank you, babe, for putting that down there. Now, also, if you're looking for a prayer request, if you have a prayer request and it's something that you are going on, like we said, we are coaches, premarital as well as postmarital coaches. We would love to be able to support you. We also do one-on-ones with each other. That would be females, of course, with me, and the men with hubby, wives with me, and hubbies with the men. But we do have those refresher courses. And we'll have that all inside of the description link as well. So you can take advantage of that as well. But if you are seeking for prayer and there's some things that you are believing for in your marriage, or if you're single and you desire to be married, or it could just be something in particular specific, please reach out to us at our email, and we will definitely get back in contact with you and pray with you and stand alongside with you.
You go on that website that's down below. It's at www.bettertogether.
www.
Better Together, TWO together.com. You can also reach out to us on our website as well. Or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Okay,
definitely
to DM us, and we'll be glad.
Yes,
to be a blessing to you. Be an honor. We're
definitely.
honored because we're here to serve. Okay,
definitely. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in with us, those that are listening and those who are watching. We're better together with
Dennis
and Lonnie C. You go and be blessed.
Be blessed, y'all.
Bye.
Have a good one.